Thank you for being here. This is Tatsu, a Japanese curiosity evangelist. This is YOHAKU Radio, a pulse with Japanese wisdom. Here, we use Japanese language and culture as a lens, and through that lens, we gently step back from a life that is always pushing us to be efficient. There are days when the moment I open my laptop, I already feel behind. I answer one email while thinking about the next task, and before long, I can only see what is right in front of me. Today, I want to look at that feeling, the feeling that the world has become smaller through the idea of yohaku. In Japanese, there is a word, 忙しい, which means busy. It is written with a character for the heart and another that suggests losing something. So, being busy is not only about having too much to do. It can also feel like losing your heart along the way. I have always felt there is something quietly truthful in that word. If your shoulders feel a little tight right now, you might try one long breath out. Then just notice whether your feel or vision changes even a little. Today, I want to talk about why that small changes matters. I know this feeling well myself. When I lose yohaku, my views becomes narrow very quickly. After I failed my entrance exam, there was a period when it was painful to face my own life. At that time, I deliberately made my commute longer. It took me about 3.5 hours each way to get to university. While I was on that train, changing lines or walking to class, I didn't have to sit quietly with my thoughts. Looking back, I do not think what I was lacking time. I think what I lacked was a sense of safety. When there was empty space, anxiety caught up with me, so I filled the day. I filled it with movement, with audio, with things to look at. I kept avoiding silence. Let me look at this from another angle for a moment. In behavior economics, there is a word for the feeling that something is not enough. It is called scarcity. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough room to breathe. When that feeling grows strong, the mind gets pulled toward the shortage itself. We focus hard on the immediate problem, but we lose sight of the wider picture. You can feel this in ordinary life. When you have work, you must finish today. Even 5 minutes break can feel too expensive. When money feels tight, you may choose only what seems cheapest now, and end up paying more later. Scarcity makes the nearest problem feel like the whole world. Maybe that is why on busy days, even deciding what to eat can feel strangely hard. Maybe that is why an important message gets pushed aside. It is not always that we have become lazy or weak. Sometimes our world has simply become too narrow. And when I remember that, it becomes a little easier to be kind to myself. This is where yohaku matters. Yohaku is not about changing your whole life in one moment. It is about letting your body feel that there is a still little space left. It might be a quiet minute. It might be a few seconds looking out the window. When we stop filling every gap, the mind begins to loosen. And then we can choose again what really needs our attention. These days, I try very small things. In the morning, I avoid social media if I can. Between tasks, I look away from the screen for a moment. They are simple habits, but even that can help me return to my own pace instead of someone else's. Yohaku may be less like a perfect routine and more like a small shelter where we do not lose ourselves. And when we have that space, we do not have to rush toward an answer. We can see a little more clarity what need to be decided now and what can wait. That is not a dramatic change, but I think it is quietly changing the way we live each day. So here is today's question. What feels most lacking in your life right now? Time, money, a sense of safety. You do not need to solve it immediately. Just notice what happens in your body when you think about that lack. Does your chest tighten? Do your shoulders harden? Does your sense of the world become smaller? For a moment, you might simply observe that. If you like a quiet way to stay connected with Yohaku, there's also a free letter where I share reflections, episode updates, and news about future live sessions. And if today's question brought up something for you, it would be glad to hear from you through the letter form. Your reflection may be shared in a future episode or live gathering, and they'll help deepen the conversation we're creating together in Yohaku. Thank you for spending this time with me. Next time, we will look at how Yohaku connects to a very Japanese way of speaking, leaving things unsaid and not always speaking in absolutes. Until then, take care.